Okay, okay. World record reaction time. Here we go. Okay, I'm not gonna pause it. I'm just gonna run through it. Yeah, this goes. But yeah, the 50:28. So it's a 42-second world record. My average 52:52. Was there for a second. The problem with my previous PB is I had a 2:30 tutorial split, so it's just really awful to compare against. So I kind of just I would compare to the 50 comparison, which I don't have anymore because I got a 50 finally. But um, yeah, 42 frames, a little more than that. But what was nice about this world record is my 51:52. I lost a minute in lab to being stupid and not using smoochies. So that run really should have been a 50. And that was back in October. So I finally have gotten a 50-minute time, and an even better one at that as well. But yeah, I mean the first part of the game is just so exciting. Oh, look at that. Oh, wait, am I not on my main? Okay, I guess I'm on my alt. I have a different email or Gmail account for my like personal email than I do for my YouTube, so sometimes it switches. Yeah, 47:18 sum of best. By the end of the run, it's a 47:07. So getting close to 46 sum of best, which is crazy. I remember when I got 47, I'm like, okay, that's it. That's all the time save. And maybe get down like a mid 47. But I thought it was crazy that I could get it to 47 in the first place. And here we are at a low 47 sum of best. Might even get it down to a 46 before sub 50. Yeah, I don't get the fast cycle. I believe I get a 241, which isn't amazing. So, you know, I'd like to get 240 at worst. 241 is not the greatest. If I got hit one more time here, if I'd been hit there, I would have gotten the fast cycle. I don't really know why I got a 241. I haven't really been paying attention in the, in the reaction. Hey, I don't need to pay attention to this part of the game. I believe my combos wasn't amazing either. I think I got a 610. Yeah, 241, 610. I usually will get, you know, an 8 or a 9. But I'm also going to try to talk about some of the smaller time save I do as well. That's not as obvious. But there's not a whole lot. I actually, combos has a decent amount, but there's not really any here. Except for this line. I try to get as far left as I can here while still triggering Monty. Closer to going this way. Like, you can go, like, a line, like, to here. But I really want to be around here. And then animation cancel. Does nothing here, but, you know, I just do it. Up to this house. There's another little strat here. I don't think I got it in this run. But you try to open the chest from the corner here, because you can, like, open it as you fall. It's kind of hard to do. I don't really get it too often. And at this one, you'd think you'd just go right here to honk at the guy. But there's actually, like, sort of an invisible wall right there. You kind of have to go around. The collision's awkward. But, I mean, this section is all about just taking really clean lines, you know. Raise around. Obviously, you want to avoid this part here because of the fountain warp later. Good mashing there. I think, yeah. This guy, that guy is so annoying to, I guess activate him. I don't know. It's like, I didn't move at all, and I honked at him a second time, and he was receptive to it. We talked to the band. And, you know, I said I wasn't going to skip anything. I'm going to skip this. I'm not watching this. And then we go up here. Get the dino costume. This is the second. I guess it's the last piece, but we don't have the pattern yet. It's actually nicer because if you had gotten the pattern, you would have swapped into the pterodactyl costume. But we don't wanna do it. Okay, skip through here. As you know, you only need to honk one time, but I do more because I'm just bored. Now we're out. So yeah, we'll come over here, buy the stuff we need to buy, succums, robot, and pumpkin. That was really fast. And you can also tell where you are in the cycle based off where that banana kid is. And then one more section to skip through. I'm not watching all the honking. And this one, you want to kind of aim for the snail moving right, because then you can hop in the chest and then he'll turn around and spot you, which is a little bit faster than hitting him. But this attempt, I was a little bit too slow. Had some mild mistakes. But, you know, a 610 is fine. I want it to be a little bit better. I really shouldn't get worse than like a 9, but you know, it's whatever. The Corvus, I'm just gonna. Well, okay, now we've gotten to the meat of the run. Yeah, 610, 852 exit. It's like I've gotten 15 seconds better than this. Yeah, I'm gonna upload this to YouTube. Probably won't market it as hard as like my when I eventually get sub 40 or sub 50. I'll do a good world record reaction. Yeah, this is a good first fight. My Bayou here was really good at the start, but then kind of sucked at the end, so it ended up not being very good. So this guy with the single enemy, you can one cycle him. I guess by one cycle I mean you can get him in one turn, but you need 2 of your attacks to be amazings. And I missed it by 1 health. So if I had gotten 1 more amazing, I would have saved, you know, 7 seconds or whatever this is. This is a little bit annoying. But I got Ghost Munch. You need 2 of them. I got 1. This one I don't think is... Oh, there's another single enemy. That's right. Yeah, so I had a really good start here. 2 single enemies. And then it just kind of goes downhill. I think I got like a 630. Anything sub 6 is really good. Anything worse than a 630 is really bad. There's a small window there. Anything from a 6 to 630, it's like, that's okay. But yeah, it started off really well. I've got one of my specials going into the 3rd fight. I'll have the robot special soon after. So here I'm looking to see if I need to use my pumpkin special. I would rather save it for the next fight, but I think I just roll with this. No, I don't. Okay. Yeah, so because he's at 56 health, I know robot's not going to do enough damage here to take out one of these guys on his own. So I do a whoops attack to make it a little bit faster, and then take him out in the next attack. And then Pterodactyl can one-shot this guy, but you need double amazings. And I think I got it. Yeah. So if you don't get both amazings there, he doesn't do enough damage. He'll do exactly 56. So that was a really solid fight. Good execution there. Don't know second Ghost Munch, but I think I get it on this fight or the next one. Yeah, this one's pretty bad. Not the worst fight. There's one fight that's worse, but I'd rather not see that. Okay, yeah. Do the splash damage. Make sure that that one guy is dead, and then you only get attacked by 1. That's usually the strat for Bayou. You use your pumpkin special. Okay, there's Ghost Munch. Use pumpkin special and then use nubbins on robot special. And then you want to save up to have all your specials for the next fight. This is the worst one in Bayou. It's not terrible if you have succums, because then you can get it down in one cycle, which I do. But still, it's not exactly the one you want to see. Because robot will do enough damage if he has 2 attacks. He'll take out this machinist with 99 health, and then the attacks from pumpkin and dino or pterodactyl will be enough to take out the other machinist. So then we're just left with this guy in the middle. Then I'm gonna do a full attack here because I know it's gonna go to Pterodactyl because I know even with max damage from Pumpkin and max damage from Robot, I know it won't do enough damage to kill it. So I'm just gonna do the whoops, and then I should be able to just one shot here. Yeah, and I don't have to do the combos hit. So I'm looking at the time here, a little past 4 minutes. You really, for like gold pace, you want to be finishing this fight over here, this second to last fight. You want to be finishing that at about 4:30. So we're a little bit behind pace, but it's honestly not too bad if the last two fights are good. This one's like, it's all right. I don't have Succum, so I just have to go with the normal strat. It's just you'll do regular double hit with Pumpkin, you'll do a whoops hit with Robot, and then regular hit with Pterodactyl, and then you'll just do that again. Because it maximizes the amount of damage you do with minimizing the number of attacks that you will end up doing. And we're not really worrying about specials anymore. We're chilling. We don't ever use Monty's special just because it's hard to get that one back if you use it too late. Because by the time you've gotten it, it's already a decent ways in. So we just don't worry about it. So now it's like 5:06 end for this fight. That's not bad. This is looking to probably be about a 6-minute time. We talk to our little buddy here. But unfortunately, I believe I get the worst fight here in this last fight. So it is a bit unfortunate, this time loss. Because if I'd got like a single enemy or the quick 2 enemy fight, this would have been like a 6-10 maybe. But I got this one, which is the worst. But as I talked about earlier, if you have Succums, it's not terrible. Because then you get the fight done in 2 cycles. I think I messed this up. Maybe that was a different run. I don't remember. No, okay, that was a different run. Oh, no, I did mess it up here. Yeah, that was stupid. I did a whoops attack on accident. Which means now that this machinist is left alive, normally they'd both be dead. And it's still possible to take out both of them in the next turn, but it's really difficult. And I did manage to clutch it out. You've got to get 4 amazing hits on this guy. There's 1. I guess you only technically need 3. But you need 4 pretty much. You need both your first hits, and then only 1 of the second hits. Got amazing, and this I could just do a regular hit. But I got amazing just to flex. But like going into this, it's like I'm a minute behind my best pace. I just lost a minute to my gold, minute and 10 seconds to my gold in Bayou. I don't really know how far behind PB I am because my PB had pretty bad Bayou. But this is not looking to be very good pace. I mean, 45th out of 62 attempts. That's pretty bad. But my French Quarter was pretty solid. So normally in this fight you use 2 specials. Here I'm going to use both of my first 2. Normally you'll do first and third. But it really just depends on the enemy types. If you have a magic enemy here, you'll do first and third. But because there's a tech enemy, I went ahead and used robot special. And finish it off. So now the next fight, I'll end up using my superhero special. And I think there's a magic enemy. I don't really remember. Nope, that's right. I remember. 2 monster. So yeah, that's not amazing. Not the worst, but certainly not the best. These guys just have a lot of health. And used to, I would use Succums in this fight, but because I realized like you already have a special, so that's like your one thing to speed this fight up is to use your special. But in the third fight, you don't have anything. So I've elected to start using Succums in that fight. So it didn't really make a difference in this fight, but it does in the other fight. So I'll use it then. In this fight, so we'll end up taking out this first combatant, but the second one not gonna do enough damage for. So that'll be for the pumpkin here. I do need an amazing hit though to take it out 1 turn. Otherwise it'll be taken out with robot. And also my health's getting pretty low here, so I'm about to heal after this. Yeah, so I missed the amazing. So I'm just gonna do a whoops hit and then another whoops hit just to end the fight as quick as I can. And then I'll eat, go to the last 2 houses. And then Succumbs is more reactionary of like who needs the health, not the health, the special meter. It's also fortunate that Superhero is the one that needs the special meter the most, and it's also the one that can do the most damage against these Crony Anarchist. I thought it was Anarchist, but I think it's supposed to be like Anachronist. I think it's supposed to be a pun on Anarchist, but with Chrono. I could be wrong, but that seems like the vibe. So we're about to finish up French Quarter. This one you cannot finish in one cycle because we don't have the pterodactyl, so we're gonna end up doing a little bit less damage. I think it's possible if every single attack isn't amazing, but obviously I don't do that here. But we have all our specials. You don't technically need all your specials going into Chrono, but you need your first and third, and then the second one's got to be pretty close to full. And so we've got them all here. Most of the time you're gonna have all three of them full. And so this is the first run with the new strat as of yesterday to skip the superhero upgrade. So we'll do that later. I found it only saves like 3 seconds. Really not that much time save, but time save is time save. So I go around here. We'll go ahead and buy that later. Get that free time save in this split. Oh yeah, I'll do that real quick. Oops. Ignore that. Now on to Chrono. So I've already got my card set up. I got my costume set up in the order it's supposed to be in. Accidentally talked to that guy twice, which is annoying, but also very easy to do. But I just love this Chrono fight as of recently. I mean, it's just so quick. Because for whatever reason, if you use your special there, it hits the clock too, even though the clock isn't active. But if you get an amazing hit here with Robot, you skip the combo, which makes it a little bit faster. I wouldn't say my favorite boss fight. Dr. White's probably still my favorite. But Chrono 1 might be my second favorite. Not that there's a whole lot of stiff competition in this game. I mean, Apherion, Bojim are not very exciting. Chrono 2, I guess, is alright. But yeah, so I got a minute time there for Chrono. I'm now 32 seconds ahead of PB, but still 51 seconds behind my best pace. If I was just a little bit faster, this could have been the sub 50, but that just kind of goes down to having bad RNG in the Bayou. So it is what it is. Can't expect you to have good RNG everywhere. But yeah, now my 16th best run of all time up to this point out of 50 that have made it this far. It also just shows my reset habits is pretty good, because like I've gotten 50 runs to this point, to 50 runs out of early game, and I've only reset 17 of them. I guess only 16, because this number up here is not counting the current run. Yeah, I've only reset 16 runs to past early game. So it's just a lot more fun to just go through runs. Like, once you've gotten out of early game, you're on, like, okay pace, even. And even with okay pace, you can still PB a lot of the time. I mean, maybe not me, necessarily, because my time's a lot more optimized than most people's, but just, it's more fun to go through mid-game and late game than it is to continue resetting in early game for a little bit better of a time. But that's just my opinion. I've finished a lot of runs. Yeah, now we're going to get all the costume pieces for Bojim. or for Jefferson to fight Bojim. Not a whole lot here in this split. It's kind of just run around, so I haven't really been explaining anything. But this fight's a little bit different. We used to use superhero in the third as your third costume, but now I use Jefferson instead because since we skipped the upgrade for superhero, Jefferson's next best. And this fight legitimately lost me like 15 seconds. Not the fight itself, but the fact that going into the next fight, the very next fight is the Ophirion fight. It's another boss fight. You need to have your special here full. This first special, you need to have it full. Because otherwise you've got to use succums, and then it goes a little bit slower, and it's just a mess. So you need to have this one full. And you normally would get this full as long as you get hit by Bojim once. If you get hit by Bojim a single time, you'll get your special meter full. It's just kind of how it works out. So it's really annoying when that doesn't happen. And in this run, it does not happen. So I end up losing, 15 seconds or so. Maybe closer to 20. It's hard to tell exactly, because it slowed down my Ophirion a little bit, and more so my Chrono fight. It just messed up the specials routing. It's annoying. It doesn't normally happen, but man, it's annoying when it does. And of course, it happened in this run. I could have had like a 50 OX at best if that didn't happen. But yeah, instead he just chose to bully Jefferson. I mean, solid enough Bojim here. The mid game was pretty solid. I mean, I can't complain too much. And then there it is. Smoochies. Smoochies is easily the most important card of the run. I mean, you don't get that, you don't PB. Alright, let me correct myself. I don't get that, I don't PB. You know, I don't think there's anybody else out there who can't PB without Smoochies. That's just some hidden runner somewhere with a 50-minute time as well. Yeah, got the wall right super quick here. There's another strat, which is what my goal is. I probably shouldn't.
Time to lock in.
Oh my god, that scared me. Oh my god.
Not get another 5110, please.
Shut up. Shut up, Bob. Shut up, Bob. We're gonna turn the volume down. Shut up. Okay. Okay, you're talking too loud. You are too loud, buddy. Time to lock in. Honestly, I should use that as you know, in Live Split you can make sounds for when you like gold and stuff. I should use that as like my gold split sound. I've been meaning to get a sound for that. that was stupid. Anyway, whatever I was saying was not important. Yeah, this is a pretty solid Auburn Pines. You know, I'm okay getting. I'm not going to complain about getting smoochies at any point.
Okay,
okay, Bob. What's your thoughts?
But I would certainly rather get it in either the Ophirion or Chrono fight. Getting it in Bojim just means I'm nervous for the next, 30 minutes of the run.
Yeah, no, that's a good point.
Hey, I got it.
Oh, I forgot I talked to
my
this
God.
guy.
That was kind of a terrible.
Yeah, I missed the sewer somehow. I guess I missed my A press, so then I just talked to the cop on accident.
Yeah, it's around at 220, I think.
Yeah, I mean this was okay.
Maybe a little bit less. Like,
I don't like you talking, Bob. It's supposed to be my reaction. You're reacting live. Yeah, 219 solid. Really anything under 220. I think my east side was pretty good. I think I got a 29, I think.
Let's get another east side gold.
Yeah, I think legitimately I think that could have killed the 20. Yeah, come on, Bob. You do not care.
That'd be pretty cool. Gets the insta mole skip.
Yeah, my Moleskine was pretty good, if I remember correctly. Also, this strat where you talk to him with diplomacy saves like a second.
That was pretty good, but not as good.
Not
Also,
good
it's
enough
very
for
far
gold,
forward there.
Bob.
I
Come
almost
on,
got
man.
activated to
You suck.
fall, but we chilling.
Yeah, back to what previous Bob was saying. Yeah, getting smoochies from Bojim is so nerve-wracking
Hoping the candy is not an issue.
because you're like 20. Let's see. Yeah, you're halfway through the run,
is
just about at that point. A little less than
the end of the day,
halfway,
we
but
just
pretty
gotta
much
grab
halfway. You're at the halfway point, and then you've got to go the entire rest of the run knowing like, okay, well, I've hit the lottery ticket. I've got my smoochies.
Always a possibility.
This can PB. Now, don't mess anything up.
29.
And so then that makes every mistake hurt so much
Yeah, if
more
I got the instant mole skip, I would have gold.
than if you weren't, or than if you didn't have smoochies. Because like if I lose 10 seconds on my east side split because I didn't get a very fast mole skip, then I'm a lot more annoyed
Mashing has been kind of terrible.
than if I didn't have smoochies. Because it's like, well, now I'm ruining one of my few chances at PB.
Also gonna lose a little bit of time here.
This was also weird because this is the first time I had to buy the superhero costume, so I didn't exactly know where it was. But I did figure it out.
Okay, yeah, I'm not
Yeah,
too
because
sure what
there's
the
a big difference. Because yeah, when you finish Bojim, it's 26 minutes or 25.
be
We'll
more.
just say 25 minutes when you finish Bojim. But when you finish Chrono, that's like 37, I think. That's like a 10-minute difference, more than a 10-minute difference. Just in your, now you've had time to, think about it and kind of just continue to think like, okay, well, I better lock in with this run. Whereas if you get it at Chrono, you don't even have time to worry about it because you're instantly using smoochies. Like you're getting right into it.
I'm gonna wait for this guy to stop.
Yeah, I've been going a little bit faster with
Trying to
that,
Save the one
where I don't go,
for like half.
or I don't wait for him to stop. I just go a little bit early. But I was not about to kill this run doing that.
That jeopardized the run.
Exactly, Bob. Good point. But yeah, I did not want to lose my run because I
Copium.
went a little bit quick.
Sub 50 pace, but it's still possible, I guess.
Yeah, at this point of the run, I could have sub 50'd. I would have needed a very good late game. My mid game up to this point's been pretty solid. I think it was the best mid game, but I think it was just a second or two off, if I remember correctly. So, like, wasn't my best mid game
If I
time, but
tie
it
my
was
best
very
end
good.
game, yeah, it's possible, but
But if I got a perfect end game, then I would have. This would have been sub 50, but we'll get there. We'll get there when we get there. I'm also curious to see what happened because it was my lab split that killed the sub 50, but I don't remember lab being that bad. So, but I think also my lab gold is just better than my escort gold in comparison to the two. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what was slow in lab. I don't fully remember. I remember going into the end of lab thinking like, oh yeah, I could maybe still get sub 50, but it was not particularly close at that point. And also, I'd like to point out I'm 50 seconds behind my best pace ever. 50 seconds. I mean, we never click. It is a crazy amount of time. If I tied my best pace up to this
Okay, now
point,
pumpkin, please.
and I got a 30, 38 or whatever it is. Yeah, if I tied my best pace at this point, then I would have gotten sub 50. My end game was pretty good. Yeah, this is what I was talking about earlier with the time loss. Because normally you would just use pumpkin special immediately here, but I do not.
Volume gets to be up, I guess.
I do not get that, unfortunately. So it messes up this fight a little bit. It's kind of annoying, but it is what it is. So it messes this fight up a little bit, and it also messes up the Chrono fight more, because it only messes up this fight by maybe like 3 seconds. But the Ophirion fight just isn't that important. What is important is getting your specials back, and so I've kind of jeopardized that by having to use my Succums already.
Locking on some amazing here when you get the fast cycle.
I do end up getting the fast cycle. Saves like
Now you
15 seconds. You can see a pretty good comparison over here. 245 versus 229. So the fast cycle is just getting one less hit. Funnily enough, I would have, if I didn't get the fast cycle, I would have had enough of my special meters build up. But, you know, that was only a chance of that happening. Because I got my first special fine. It's the second one I didn't get. But at this point, yeah, I'm a little bit worried about my specials. Just because I'm a little bit behind. But yeah, like I said, I'm plus 50 on my best splits. This is my 11th best run ever. 11th out of 44. So, like, in terms of percentile, this is pretty good. But I've had 10 runs better than this up to this point. And then it really this pace placement doesn't matter until after Escort. Because then at that point, Smoochies has taken an effect.
on that fast cycle a lot lately. I've gotten real good in my
Yeah, so now it's a 10th best run. It's gone up one place. And then
amazing hits.
only plus 40 on best splits. So yeah, in this run, I'm going to do the faster snail skip.
Behind the 49 comp, yeah. Figured that much.
Yeah, I'm like a minute ahead of PB, which is crazy.
I don't really care to get sub 50 this run. I want to just get the 50, right?
Bob, I got good news. Good news for you. You did it.
Stuck on 51.
Yeah, I was a little bit annoyed continuing to have a PB in the 51s, but I got it. Yeah, the faster cycle here is getting both the chests. I guess it's not faster. It's the same cycle, but you don't have to double back. So you do a little bit more
Okay, you got it. You got it.
overlap with the snail here. And that was pretty
Nice.
fast. Didn't have to pause
Fairly
buffer a whole
quick.
lot. Now we go by the Jefferson
Good on
upgrade.
Candy too.
So yeah, other than the stupid special not being ready, the chrono fight was fine. If I had gotten my special ready, it would have been, yeah,
I'm a
like I
little
said,
bit worried
probably a
about my
50
specials,
OX.
Not gonna lie.
You're right to be worried, Bob.
Maybe not. Maybe I'll be fine.
I really thought it was gonna be fine after that first hit. I'm like, oh yeah, look how much it brought my special meter
First
up.
special doesn't matter. The second one is what matters.
I should be fine.
I should be okay.
I should be okay, and then I'm not.
I'll just confirm it by getting.
It would have been really if I got hit by the grub in here, that would have fixed it for me. But it's just looking at that, I'm like, I should be able to get my special back with 2 hits. I'm like, don't get amazing because you'll one shot the guy,
Oh. No.
and then just
way.
that tiny sliver.
I have Succums. So I
So
guess I
just
use-
barely couldn't get it.
I guess I use Succums here. I thought it was fine. And all that happens because
So yeah, now I have to use a couple things. So I've still used nubbins here, but unfortunately because I need to get the special up, I have to use Succums. And because I use Succums, then that's a turn I end up using. So I have one less turn with nubbins. Oh, there's a hole in my body.
or not Succums. Space. Gone.
So it yeah, it just kind of sucks.
Yeah, it slows down the fight a bit.
But I still use Frostbites on the superhero. I think let's see if it did more damage or not. See, it would have been better to
Quarter
use him.
damage.
Pumpkin.
Yeah, probably gonna be 45 for lose like 15. Thank God
Yeah.
I didn't get the
I lost like 20. Because normally the fight would end on Superhero's turn right here.
I don't know. It's gonna be like 50.
But it's an
maybe
extra
20.
turn, plus you had to use Suckums, which normally you wouldn't have to use in the fight. So it's really 2 extra turns.
Come on, let's go, let's go, let's go.
I get Jelly
Got
Beaks.
Jelly beaks.
So right now, it's dropped to the 12th best run I've ever had, and then I'm plus 53 in my best splits. And a 49.53 BPT. So, I mean, it's still technically alive, but realistically not. But I have smoochies, so, I mean, it's possible. But you'll see that it turns out not to be the run. Yeah, I use my first special. I do my best to take out these 2 guys, but I'm just a little bit short on damage. Took out 1, of course, but couldn't get the other one. So yeah, this is where I use smoochies. Luckily, it's a pretty consistent route when you don't have, or when you have smoochies. You don't have to worry about it too much.
Amazing first fight. I will admit.
Yeah, this first fight was a bit slow. Really, the 2 fights you want, obviously you want the single enemies, but that's not going to happen most of the time. What you want out of these fights is really getting the 2 magic enemy ones. Like this fight. This is the fight. This one's way faster. Because the mages have less health than the other grubbins. And then also combine it with the specials. It does a lot more.
Works. Magic muscle, we'll take it.
So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much a perfect fight here without getting the single enemy. So I'll use Sour Dumps, and then I'll finish the guy off. So.
Give me a bunch of single fights like in my goal.
Yeah, I ask, I say, can I get a single fight? And then gives me a single fight. This was crazy right here. This saved the PB. This singular fight. Because that means I have all 3 of these specials. And now I can just save them for the next fight. And because you don't need to worry about getting your special meter built up with smoochies, you're good. You are golden. So, I mean, this was huge. Getting the single enemy right here specifically. That was very, very important. And then I equip Nubbins and Frostbites because I'm going to use...
Smoochies after this fight.
I'm going to use Frostbites here. No, I mean, well, I'll use both here. But I'll use Nubbins here to do some more damage. Actually, wait, no. That's for the next fight. I was supposed to use Nubbins in the next fight, but I ended up not. So here I took out the magic enemy. And so, yeah. So like Passpop was saying, I'll use Frostbites on Pumpkin because then his special will be ready for the next fight. And it doesn't really waste that much time. You know, it's like just the cost of using the card. So it's better to use it then.
Peepers.
I got Peepers, so I'm good for the Dr. White fight now. I don't need to worry about any more card RNG. I'm perfect. And then I get this. Another single enemy fight. And normally this would be not annoying, but a little bit slower than normal because I have to waste a turn to use smoochies. So normally I wouldn't be able to get this done in 1 turn, 1 cycle, but because I have both my specials, I'm good. And then I get a 10-second gold. So I'm thinking to myself right now, like, okay, best pace ever by 20 seconds. I just golded by 10, 49.42. Can I get can this be the sub 50?
No.
I fumbled up my inputs there. Yeah, that score was not amazing. That fully got carried by those 2 single enemy fights. And Lab is pretty consistent too. I mean, you're not going to lose more than a minute with like worst possible RNG. So like, I'm thinking at this point, like I almost certainly have PB locked up. As long as nothing terrible happens in Lab, just because I have smoochies.
Just know my knees are weak. Palms are. I can't even think right now.
Forgot about this. I couldn't remember the song. Yeah, I mean this was a solid first fight, so not really a whole lot of time lost here. It's probably just because my gold is
Palm
just so
sweaty.
good.
Palm spaghetti or something like that.
Shut up, Bob. Shut up. No one's listening to you. Yeah.
Yeah, no special.
So these first two fights are good. Oh, I remember. It's this fight. This is the one combo you don't want to see. I guess you don't want to see this, but you also don't want to see the triple. You don't want to see the triple tech. Really, you want to see the magic enemies in this in lab, because they have a lot less health than the tech enemies, and also because of superhero special, it's a lot easier to take them out quicker. So this fight should have been over with Pumpkin's turn, but it wasn't because of that. So I lost some time there, and also it could have been done in the previous turn as well. Yeah, normally I don't use the ghost here, but I was just like, I'm not gonna kill PB to anything stupid. I also switched to make sure that I had my superhero special ready. You never really use Jefferson's special. This was also, yeah, getting this fight twice was slow. Probably lost by 40. Probably 20 seconds each, I would guess. Not exactly what you want to see. Using the nubbins there was pretty fast. But ideally, you'd like to save one of your specials for the last fight, just to speed that up a little bit, since you have to use smoochies. Also, another misplay, I should have used smoochies in this fight. Instead of attacking with Pumpkin, I should have used smoochies, because then it doesn't waste any time. Because now I'm going to have to waste time in this last fight over here to take a turn to use it. Because in that fight, I have to go to Jefferson anyway.
50, but
Because Pumpkin... You shut up, Bob. Pumpkin's going to end up using... Like, he's not going to be able to take out that guy anyway, so I might as well use his turn to use smoochies. In this fight, you have the exact number of turns to take out these guys without going over. But because I have to use smoochies here, it's a little bit slower. So that was a misplay. I will admit that. Not a whole lot of misplays in Escort Lab, though. I mean, I had pretty good execution throughout. So I had a little bit of time lost there, but that's mostly it.
This is the worst lab than I expected.
Yeah, so like I lost, it's probably close to like 15 in that first fight, and then I lost like 10 to not using smoochies, or probably like 15, and then just 10 elsewhere. I think I lost 40. I think it's 42. So one of those, the first 15 seconds was not my fault.
Okay.
The second
it's gonna be a
15
bit
was.
different, as long as I don't mess anything
So
up.
it wouldn't
I'm
have been
taking
enough
that
to get the
Dr.
sub
White
50
fight so
though.
safe. I do not care.
But now at this point, the Consequence 2 is a unique speed run, because once you're at this point of the run, really once you're back at here before you fight, where is it? Once you're before this fight, once you're at this point where you're going to the last lab fight, you pretty much know if you're going to PB or not. It's just kind of how it is. So especially after that last lab fight, because once you're done with lab, you're done. Like the run, you're not going to do anything stupid enough to lose the run most of the time. So like, it's weird. At this point, I know I've PB'd. I know this is a new world record. It's just a matter of how good is it.
Almost exactly what I expected.
So like,
Okay, nothing
first run,
stupid.
best run ever. 33 seconds ahead of best pace. 40 seconds ahead of PB. 50-24 PPT. I'm like, can I get the 52x? But yeah, I mean, there's not like, I'll maybe lose 2 or 3 seconds in Talisman at worst. Same with Dr. White, 2 or 3 seconds. So you're looking at like, at worst, you'll lose like 8 seconds. You know, as long as you don't do anything stupid. So at this point, it's just like, this is just the victory lap. So that's why none of my pop-offs are really that crazy in any of my PBs, except for the previous one, the second 5110. Just because it's like, I've already gotten over the fact that like, this is a PB, this is a world record. I already know that. I've known that for the last, 6 minutes of the run.
I can clutch at the 2x.
Yeah, come on, Pass Bob, you got this. So it's very interesting, because I don't know a whole lot of other speedrunners where it's like that. Because like most other speedruns that I follow, at least, are like platformers. So I mean, there's always a point in the run until like maybe the last minute or so. It depends on how far ahead you are, but you know, you're just not gonna lose time in the last couple seconds. Whereas most platformers, it's obviously decently likely that you'll lose some time. It's just a matter of how much. This one's just like, yeah, the runs, you're pretty much good. And also another point is like most runs, you're gonna be, you know, 40 seconds, a minute ahead going into this point of the game. Like you don't really get small PBs in this game. Me PBing by 8 frames was an anomaly. That's never happened before. And there's only been like 2 world records in this category that have been single digits, if I remember correctly. I can verify that. Oops. Back the mic.
No way I gold that.
Yeah, there's been 2 world records ever in this category
Lock in.
that have been by single digits.
Tie gold to the frame, actually.
Yeah, I did tie gold
thought
to
I
the
had it
frame on.
24
I retimed it. It was a goal by like 3 frames, but yeah.
That's funny. Don't mess
So
up
now
the
it's just a
cards.
victory lap. I'm not trying to be super fast with my cards. I'm not trying to go super fast with my
Messed it up,
inputs.
Like 3 times this week on bad paces, and I don't want to do that again.
And I'm like, I'm not losing my
But the cards in the
PB
correct order, so I
or
shouldn't
any
do that.
stupid time to this, because I know I would be really annoyed if I lost like 20 seconds to just me being stupid. Like nothing to do with RNG.
Didn't hit the amazing.
Yeah, like not hitting the amazing there and waste like 2 seconds.
I don't know. 2x is gonna be pretty close, I think.
It really wasn't, Bob. You're kind of stupid. The 28. Come on, man. It was a pretty high 28, if I remember. It's a 28. Yeah, 47.07 sum of best now. Super close to 46. Not that I really care what my sum of best gets down to. I mean, I've been capable of getting 49 for a little bit now. I just feel like the last couple weeks I've been really locked in. Like, I've just been going a lot faster in a lot of places. Like, my speed just in mashing and like the
Scared
small,
to get the
tiny,
wrong
invisible
card for a
times
second.
has been a lot better. I don't know. I've just been running really well lately. It's just a matter of can I get good enough RNG.
God. Come on.
Yeah, this is a new little time saving. Instead of using pumpkin special here, just do a whoops attack. And then you use superhero special and you save like 2 seconds. I've had a lot of little
Got the
time saves like that
2x.
lately.
Yes.
And there we have it. There is the new 50, 28, 80% world record. To be honest, I didn't go super in depth on the run. I kind of just blabbered on about a lot of stuff, but you know, this is what it is. So, you know, for if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you go check out the actual run. Maybe give that a thumbs up. It's right here actually. But yeah, that's about it.